Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be on a Sunday night. Really is tonight, I tell you. Often say it, always mean it, but tonight we can say it legit. Strongest Skippy Soft in history, as best we can tell, as Top Split TV brings you the ongoing coverage of Sunday Night Lights. We're here in season 33 at Oran Park for round 5. I'm your host, Alex McKellar. And joining me, as always, is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Let's do it early. Corey, have we got you?
Yep, I'm here. Do
Beautiful.
we have me on stream?
Beautiful.
Excellent.
Yes, we got you, mate. Perfect stuff. Mate, big night of racing ahead. 18 of the best gathered here tonight to show us what they're on about.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And better than having the 18 of the best, it is, as you said, the biggest soft we can remember from recent times. 65-55. You needed a, what did we say, was a 52-26 or something to get into this race. Absolutely crazy numbers. And, it all begins with our number one driver, a 9.5K I rating legend of the Skippy racing community.
Yeah, it's Benny Simonson out there, 9.5. Jeepers, that's a fair old effort, isn't it? 9.5 for Mr. Simonson. He is on screen at the moment and doing a fantastic job as always. Got the Demon tweaks on. Not sure he's got a new team name, a new team or what going on, but maybe just got some new pedals. They're a good spot for getting the pedals in Europe. Adam Miles, community rep and car number 2 here tonight, joins us similarly. He's over 9K as well, 9100, nearly 92 after cracking that mark a couple of weeks ago. He joins us once again. Leading ANZ driver Sam Devantier is car number 3 here tonight. Tim Hendrickson, the Flying Dutchman, Team Torpedo, is car number 4. Tim, very strong at this track in particular. I think he likes this one and gets around here in fairly handy fashion. Dimitri Philippides, the international man of mystery, joins us once again as car number 5. Car number 6, Steph Herman, who, from personal experience, has some amazing pace, like field-topping pace here tonight as Steph Herman. Just a matter of whether he can put it together on the night. Neil Gardner, Captain 499, has found himself an extra leg here as well. Been enjoying the racing. The racing here absolutely has been epic. Car number 8 is Arjun De Freitas, a Skippy legend, an old-school Skippy legend, who's out there getting the tyres warmed up, trying to put down his best time. Jeff Randall had a race with an epic race with Jeff last night with Dario. Benny, Jeff just back from eye surgery. I won't describe what he had done because, made me a bit queasy, but it's given him a new lease on life and he's back out there for the first time in a long time. Just ahead of the wildlife warrior, Ryan Chenoweth, the Goose Juice Racing. He's car number 10, Corey. And the third of the ANZ drivers out there tonight are giving a crack at this, what was a local icon of a circuit.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And Shark Week on the car as well. I love the livery that he's got, the big shark teeth on the front. And coming in car number 11 from Japan, Takumi Yamato. And great to see Takumi out there as he puts it up into P6 as he was just knocked off of the 6th spot and now down into 7th. Dario Frattini for Italy is back here once more. And he's got a Red Bull livery on the car tonight as he is car number 12. Lucky car number 13, the Doggomobile, Dennis Johansson from Scandinavia. And great to see DJ out there. He didn't have the best of runs in the warm-up race, got a little bit balked by lap car, so he's looking to make up for it here tonight. Anthony Jones for Team Torpedo from the UK and I is car number 14 here tonight. And Anthony had a really good run. He was up towards the front racing for the lead with the top 4. We got Joner Breska from Central Eastern Europe as car number 15. And our final AusNZ competitor is Vasco Sorowski for Team Clowns Racing, the lone clown in this race here tonight, car number 16. We've got Hideki Ogihara from Japan as car number 17. And as I said before, Alex, just sneaking into the field with a 54.26. That's what it was. From France is Yannick Morale with car number 18. And when can you ever remember us saying you needed at least 54 to get into one of these races, Alex.
Mate, it's never happened. Never happened. Benny Simonson has put in a flyer for his second lap to break into the 13s in a quali run, which is outstanding. Put him on provisional pole. Oh, excuse me. Adam Miles rounding the corner as Devantia jumps up to the second row. What's Miles got for us as he comes across the line now? Puts in a good time. 13.9 by the looks. No, he's slower on his second lap. Didn't have a 13.9 at all. Just trying to see who's still out there. Neil Gardner, captain 499. Oh, no, it'll be Sorosky trying to put in a flyer. His final attempt now. The ANZ driver. What will he do to cross the line? Crosses now. Only jumps up to 12th. Not where he wanted to start. Captain 499 has bailed. That's it. That's your running order. Arjun De Freda, he's out there still turning laps. As I said, Corey, I don't know if you've ever seen Arjun. He's an old school M&L, SNL, more an M&L guy really, and was one of the top of the pops in the old school Skippy circles.
I don't think I actually have seen him race. I'm very excited to see him race, so from the chatter that I've heard over the years, as you said, one of the top of the pops, and you know, he's looking pretty strong at the moment, as I think qualifying has just ended. It's time for us to start going through our list of competitors.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into our grid here tonight for season 33, round 5 at Oran Park. Benny Simpson drops it on pole for Apex Racing with a 13.9. Fantastic. Ahead of Hendrickson for Team Torpedo. Tim just 6/1000ths behind. I think the only two in the 13s, which is representative here of how those two have been fighting this week for top of the pops. Steph Herman, like I said, fantastic pace around here. Starts in 3rd position, just ahead of the leading ANZ driver in the field for Cowboy Racing. The Cowboy himself, Sam Devantia, starting out of 4th. On the 3rd row tonight, out of 5th, will be Dario Frattini for FPM Ovaltine. Has some good pace here and can move through the field in what is a difficult track to pass. Alongside him, Adam Miles in P6 from UK&I. Out of 7th tonight, Dimitri Filippidis for FPM Ovaltine. Alongside him, and starting from 8th, is Jeff Randall for Gone Skip and Race, and Ant Jones for Team Torpedo out of 9th. Alongside him, Takumi Yamato for Team NRS out of 10th. Arjun De Freda returns tonight, starting from 11th. Alongside him will be the head clown himself, Mr. Vasco Sorofsky, out of 12th. Going over the page, 13th off the grid tonight will be Captain 499, Neil Gardner. Disappointed with that, no doubt, after his performances during the week. Hideki Ogihara out of 14th for Team NRS, ahead of Yone Breska from Central Eastern Europe out of 15th. Yannick Morale sneaking in tonight, starting out of 16th from France. Dennis Johansson in the Doggomobile, not had the best of weeks here by his standards. He's starting out of 17th. Alongside him will be Goose Juice Racing's Ryan Chenoweth, rounding out your starting grid. Corey, early days, or any early money for who's going to take it out tonight?
Oh, that's going to be a very hard choice. Almost anything can happen. But Benny Simonson, number 1 car on the pole. I reckon he's got it where it counts, as the red lights mean rev and the green lights mean go. We're underway, and I think I saw Anthony Jones there just creeping forward in the background. So we might see Anthony Jones come into the pits at the end of lap 1 for a drive-through penalty for a jump start there, Alex. Drama already.
As they stream down through turn 1, Yance pulled off to the side, letting everyone through. And look at them stream through this immaculately difficult and troubling turn 1-2 complex as we come down to the next stage here at turn 3. They're still side by side, deep in the pack, as you can see them exiting 3 on the run down into 4. Very busy, very early on. These guys getting it done early, showing the standard here tonight will be exceptional. You may see some overtakes, you may not. The intensity here is unrivaled. Any circuit going, everything's so tight. Every pass is so important and so hard won. The strategy, how you're going to set it up, the run, the hits, the misses. It's all going to happen here tonight, folks, as they get underway on the tail end of lap 1 here, Corey.
That's right, as they come up to the final corner, Benny Simpson leading the way from Tim Hendrickson. And there's a lot of debate on whether you should take an early apex or a late apex to that corner. I prefer the later apex, get the better run down the straight. And this is the only drafting pass opportunity, as you can see a move on there for the third place. Santavantia moving up the inside of Steph. And will he have it going through turn 2? And he will. That's going to be Santavantia up into third place, and Steph not out of the woods yet. He has to deal with Dario Frattini now, as he tries to look to move himself up into P5, Alex.
Yeah, the elbows out between the two Europeans here. Steph has amazing pace, honestly, and it's just a matter of whether or not he can get it together. And it looks like he's getting shuffled back. He's down 2 in the last few corners. That will not be pleasing young Steph. But I know, again, from personal experience, that he can move forward. Adam Miles down 6 I rating, I'm reading, not positions. He is where he started and looking to move forward. We know he's got magnificent pace at 9200 I rating or thereabouts. Meanwhile, up front, the 2 to beat, I think, here tonight, Hendrickson and Simonson, already got half a sniff of getting away. That move from Devantier to get by Herman cost Herman a couple of spots in the end, but it's given Devantier the chance of sticking with the front 2 as they go side by side. No, they're not going to in front. They just look at, like, you get a good sense of speed from that shot. These things aren't the fastest things in the world, but I tell you, it feels like it when you're in the battling, in the throes of the battles deep here in the pack, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And you're just about flat chat as you're coming through the sweeper there at turn 1. And then you get into this real technical section as the track loops over on itself, comes up over the bridge, making this one of about 3 or 4 proper road courses with a figure 8 configuration. And this is another fairly fast section here coming out of the bridge. 3rd gear, pin it the whole way out to the end. And most of the section here, 3rd gear, you might click just briefly up in the 4th before you hit turn 9 here, this little left-hander, then back down to 3rd, and then all the way up to about 4th or 5th gear before you reach that final corner. But that little chicane there is one of the difficult ones, Alex. It's a blind 2nd apex with the way that the road rises and falls and crests.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some tricky undulations here. Not uncommon on US circuits, but not often seen here in the ANZ. Of course, this is no longer seen as Herman now pulling out to make a move. A return of serve against Frattini, shows the nose up the inside of the first corner. Will break deep. Frattini breaking deeper. Will it depend on the drive? Can Frattini stick it? He'll have the inside into 3. Looks like he may have defended this one as they come down into 3. Now Frattini will have the inside. Not so many elbows this time. The spacing a bit better, and Frattini defends. But the defence may have cost. Has it cost the lead pack? No, it hasn't. They're still in the draft. They'll take a lap or so just to resettle themselves back into it, though, Corey. As it's all important here. The draft, not so much to pass. It's pressure to pass here, but you do need it to get in touch, because as soon as it's broken, you're done.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. The front straight here at Oran Park is massive, and the draft is all important for it. And as you said, this is mostly a pressure to pass track. As I said, there's only one passing opportunity with the draft. Everything else, you have to press your way into it, get good exits, dive in deep, and hope it sticks. And you can see right now they're on the main straight and absolutely drafting. You see Benny Simonson just pulling out of the draft slightly, and that's just enough to try and entice Tim Hendrickson to not go for a move, although Tim Hendrickson just putting in the fastest lap of the race, a 13.8, and well, 1 minute 13.8, I should say. So very quick times around here as they're breaking into the 1 minute 13 second barrier. There's a couple of them that I can see throughout the field, but Tim Hendrickson, the best so far, is Santavantia all over his gearbox right now. This top 3 is really tight right now, Alex.
Yeah, 100%, mate. We might, if we're lucky, as the race goes on, maybe even see a mythical 12 pop up here and there. If these guys get it right. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen in this company, because there's some fantastic drivers in this lot. Now, I don't know where to look, to be honest, because it's one pretty consistent line. A little bit of a gap there between Miles and Philippides on screen at the moment. Philippides just looks like he might be struggling to hang on there. Randall in behind him. DeFreitas may finding the heats up a bit from when he was last racing with us on a Sunday night. But I'm going to go back and check. Ogihara looks to have had a moment. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, not too surprising. I'm going to say on the outside of one. Nah, just went too deep, locked up. Yeah, just a bit of a spin there. That's going to happen. Well, it has happened quite frequently this season. Anyway, or this week. Jumping back to live pictures now. The front two, or more importantly, the guys behind Devantia. No, side by side, Herman. Again, trying it on with Frattini. Again, not getting it done through 1, 2, 3. They get it sorted by 4, just so long as they stay in touch. Meanwhile, Hendrickson and Simonson, they are all but gone. It is just shy of the second mark here. Devantia hanging on by his toenails, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. But what you didn't see while you were looking at the replay is both Simonson and Hendrickson and Devantia and Frattini side by side as they went through turns 1 and 2. And Devantia just got that little bit of a better exit out of 2 and just held up Frattini enough that Herman got a sniff of an overtaking opportunity. But it's all back to the way stations were beforehand, as I just saw Herman that time massively cut the inside of the final corner there. Got a little bit of airtime with his left side wheels, but it gave him a nice little speed boost here as he comes along the main straight, all over the gearbox once more, pulls to the outside for a move at turn 1.
Oh, engine gone.
Doesn't quite get it, as I heard an engine.
Simonson, gone. He's
oh, no.
Going down the order. Oh, no. That's it. He's Gonski. Just shifted too many times. I'll go and see if I can catch it. Hang on. Where did I... Hang on. It'll just be... where is it? Here, let's see if this is it. Come on. I want to go back. I'm trying to get the picture. Come on. Double click. There it is. Bang. Just going to grab first by the looks of fraction early. And that was that. All she wrote. That's tragic for this one. Let's go back to live pictures. And Hendrickson out on his own. He's 7/10. Devantia does have a chance of running him down, but it will be a strong effort if he does. Frattini then tucked in behind Herman. Maybe not so much of a threat this time. Let's see what it looks like for Herman. Yeah, he doesn't probably look close enough with Frattini, the rear of Frattini in front. Frattini having a decent look at the draft this time round. Anyway, yeah, there's still line astern. It will, the intensity, of course, will pick up in the latter half of this race. They're on lap 8 of 20 here. It seems like a lot of laps, and by the amount of sweat that you're feeling by the end of it, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. It's still going to be about a 25-minute race, even with there being 20 laps. But with 73-second lap times, you know, the laps do tick down fairly quickly, as the gap between Devantia and Hendrickson now out to half a second. So Sam has clawed that back in a little bit, but it's not really too much at the moment. And if Frattini goes for a dive somewhere along here, then we could see that gap absolutely open up, and Hendrickson will skip away into the distance.
Yeah, Frattini's got excellent racecraft. You know, he's found a bit of quali pace, which has put him up in the top 5 to start the race. And he's been one of the few people that I've seen with the ability to move through the field in a lineup like this. Similar experiences last night and a couple of nights this week. Been racing a lot of different racing categories, I should say. But seemingly loves to come back to the skips and does a fantastic job. Like I said, you're right. If he does put on the move, it potentially runs the risk of dethroning the attempt or derailing the attempt of Devantia to get it back onto Hendrickson. But Dario's smarter than that. I believe Herman is as well. In the absence of any mistakes, I think they'll sit there and wait for Sam to get right back in touch. And then the gloves will be off, Corey.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how the race is going to pan out. We're almost at the halfway mark, as we're coming up to about 9 laps complete when they get to the start-finish line. And Dario Frattini's actually put in the fastest lap of the race now, a 1:13.276. And we're getting ever closer to that magical 72-second lap time, Alex. So these guys definitely starting to pour it on now, since they're not trying to make any moves. They're just using that pure draft along the main straight here, and where they can throughout the obstacle course that is this track, to try and get any and every single time advantage they can right now.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I wanted to give another shout out to Pim from Cavacay Racing, who's done a fantastic job with cameras for us again this week. I'm struggling to know which one to pick. They're all so good. Had to buy an extra couple of thousand buttons to make sure we can try and get them all in. But yeah, look, the quality of what he does and the support he gives us is very, very much appreciated. And the quality, as I was saying, is fantastic. So a big shout out to Pim, helping us bring you the best Skippy racing in town. Now, this action is still very, very hot. Devantia has broken the tail, or broken the back of the gap, and is back on. So the second half of this race will heat up. I expect Devantia, Frattini and Herman, and Miles, who's just hanging on, but when the battling starts, that will close up. Philippides still a chance of getting back on there once the battling start as well. Now this time they're very close indeed. Devantia now, Hendrickson already starting to think about defending. Frattini may think about having a look next lap, depending on the run that he gets. Oh, look at that, Devantia right under the tailpipe. So shows the nose. Hendrickson respects it, but will defend into turn 3. Should have no trouble. Side by side they go. This time Herman not really having the go. Frattini looking to follow through or use the gap that Hendrickson has made to get through. Shows the nose up through 4, coming up over the hill. Plenty of times people have gone side by side over the crest of the hill through, turn 6 this time, and it might be a very opportunistic move, but still they go side by side through the left-right combination, up through to Momo now. Devantia lets it go. Frattini, exactly what I said, knows when to pick a run, knows when to have a crack, and moves forward in this one once again, up 3 positions now after 10, the closing stages of lap 11. Corey, fantastic strategy and execution there.
That's right, Alex. We are past the halfway mark now. It's 9 laps to go, and these guys are starting to step up. And just as you called it, Dimitri Philippides has caught up to the pack now, so he is well and truly in contention. And if the battling continues, I can see the 2 guys behind in De Verde and Randall starting to catch up to these guys as well.
Potentially, yeah, De Freyder could. He's a couple of seconds off, but that's easy lost in these times. Got to shout out to, in these sort of battles, can I shout out to Gardner and Swarovski up until that move by Gardner where Swarovski falls underneath. They were both up 3 positions. Gardner now up 4, Swarovski up 2. Good drive in this sort of company. The strongest Skippy field in history, I repeat. And the quality and intensity. Can I tell you, it looks like Linus Stern so much, but if you're in the cockpit here and you haven't experienced the cockpit here, the intensity is amazing. Like I said before, you will not experience it anywhere else. The battling and the strategy and the difficulty in passing and the reward or the sense of satisfaction when you make it stick. So many of the guys reflecting here this week that their racing's been amazing, and they've thoroughly enjoyed it. So now Frattini follows Hendrickson on that defensive line, opens up the corner in the last minute to go. Oh, can he try the over-under? Hendrickson keeps him out. Frattini falls in behind. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, though, this time. Will Hendrickson go defensive into 3? Yes, he will. Now, can Devantia come underneath in the same way? No, Linus Stern, they go through 3 this time round. The strategy, the full cards yet to be shown from all these drivers, though, Corey. As the laps wind down, do you have any spare cash to wager? Anyway, who are you going for in this one, mate?
It's going to be hard to look past Devantia, home track advantage and all, but Hendrickson, as we pointed out, he's just got the pace, and he's been looking so dominant here out the front. And just the way that he's defending, it's not really a strong defense, but it's enough of a defense where Frattini really just can't do anything to try and mount a proper attack. And that's exactly what he needs to do in this situation. So I reckon Hendrickson has got it here, but Devantia, with the fast lap of a 13.117, is looking pretty strong back there in 3rd. And I reckon if the two at the front come to blows, then Devantia absolutely in the box seat to try and take advantage of any mistakes made.
Yeah, potentially, as we see the front two once again side by side. Oh, that's not the way it was meant to go, sorry. I pressed the right button, but the wrong thing happened. Oh, that's right, because I had that thing there. All right, very good. We'll have another crack at that later in the race, see if we can get some good pictures. But that time Devantia goes through. Let me see if I can catch that in a better. I almost got it. So through they came, side by side. The door was open. Frattini went wide, and Devantia walked straight through that door. Beautiful, clean pass there. Sometimes the risk-reward scenario, it doesn't quite work out. The reward you get is the guy behind you going past, as was the case there. As we go back to live pictures now, up front, we see Devantia shuffle back forward. It was a brilliant move that saw Frattini go through on Devantia, set up by his patience and not pressuring Devantia, allowing him to catch the otherwise escaping Hendrickson. You know, then jumped on the opportunity, but Devantia made it stick in his attempt to get back past as we come down for another crack. We've got 6 laps to go now as they cross the line at start of lap 15. And it is Hendrickson still leading. Oh, they've just got to get it right each and every time. It's a scary ride through 1 and 2, isn't it, Corey? And, you know, not only have you got to get it right, but you've got to be fast to keep up with this lot.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. I went and did a practice session earlier, and I was just running around with Gregory Adams, and the amount of commitment you need just for turn 1, let alone for trying to chain that with braking hard and getting the car stopped and rotated for turn 2. Absolutely incredible. And it's so much fun when you nail it perfectly. But he's got that lap after lap after lap. Dario made 1 mistake, and I went that one little bit too wide in turn 2. That was what allowed Sam to get the move and pass him for second. But now it's all on Sam to try and force a mistake out of Hendrickson. And Hendrickson is not someone who makes mistakes. So this is going to be a very interesting little chess battle as the laps start winding down. We've only got 5 left to go now, Alex. And the race is absolutely on in earnest right now.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Apparently I have a mouse. Haven't done that before. Mouse on screen. Anyway. Now, Devantia pulls out to the outside of turn 1. Oh, Frattini's going to be licking his lips at this. He gets the nose up there in time, but Devantia will have the defence mounted for turn 3. No chance for... Oh, except for Herman to come through potentially. Herman might get a crack here onto Frattini. Herman up the inside of 3. Frattini's got good drive, but Herman up the inside. No contact. They keep going cleanly. Fantastic stuff. Herman still side by side with Frattini as they crest the hill. Out the exit of the bridge now. Come through the twisty section. Out of the back through 7, 8. Up to Momo now in turn 9, but they've defended. Well, Frattini has defended, but potentially now we see Hendrickson and Devantia get away. At least for the moment. Still a few laps to go, so I doubt that they will get fully away. Filippini's very patiently on the back here of these guys. Up 1 position to where he is. In fact, everyone here has moved forward, likely commonly at the expense of Benny Simonson, unfortunately. But with the exception of Herman, who's back 1. Now, pretty quiet there this time through. And yeah, I might duck back to the battle of the ANZ. One of the ANZ drivers. Yeah, Sorosky and Gardner, they're up ahead. These guys, a 4-way battle here led by Chenoweth between himself, Yamato, Brezka, and Johansson on the back looking a little bit worse for wear. Just in front of them, you got Sorosky and Gardner engaged in their own little tete-a-tete, up 3 positions, as we said earlier in the race in this running order, but it may not stay that way. Let's jump back to our leaders as they once again head up towards Momo. And through the left-hander they go. Again, full commitment as you crest through Momo. Oh, sometimes a little bit overcommitted, as was the case there with Frattini. Everyone working so hard, and I can guarantee you it's winter in Europe, as we know, but there'll be a few lads sweating under their helmets at this point.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. The intensity of this race is just picking up as the laps are ticking away. You can see Hendrickson going very defensive. That's opened up the outside line here for Devantier as they go side by side through turn 1. And what's going to happen here in turn 2? Devantier still side by side, and it looks like Frattini's going to try and sneak up the inside of Devantier now. And again, it's the age-old battle of inside versus outside. You can see Hendrickson going very defensive. He knows Devantier was probably going to look at going for a big dive there. Couldn't get it. And still side by side now, Frattini and Devantier. And this is what Herman will be wanting to see, because if they're side by side like that, then it's going to give him the opportunity to try and sneak up the inside. And it's not going to happen this time, though. And these guys separated by just about nothing. It's about 1/10 of a second between each car right now, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely nothing in it. The margins here are incredible. The smallest mistake opens the door for the driver behind, and potentially the driver in front to get away. As once again they crest through Momo down to the final. Oh no, the final corner, I should say, out of the final chicane. All important final corner. The run here is there's one running wide. Was that? No, it was Miles. Yeah, that's cost him. That's cost him dearly as Herman goes through, or he was through. Well, there's a gap regardless. Someone went wide. Oh, it must have been. No, I'll have a look later. Herman. Yeah, I beg your pardon. It cost them all dearly potentially. As oh no, they're still on the back there. It's still a train of 6. But I think there was a pass there, yeah, from Frattini. Let's have a look. So Frattini goes to the outside. They're almost 3 wide behind. And, yeah, boxed in on that defensive line. Straight past him at turn 1. Beautiful around the outside. There was a risk of that happening. Let's go back to live. There was a risk of that happening last lap through through Hendrickson's defence at turn 3. Devantier almost getting boxed in, but that time he was boxed in around turn 1. So fantastic and beautiful strategy from Frattini once again. It takes that level of commitment around the outside of turn 1 to get a job done in this kind of field, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. As we're coming up out of the final corner for the penultimate time, we're now going to get white flag last lap, last chance to win it or wear it. And this is where all the bickies are on the table, and let's see who is going to win them. As Tim Hendrickson going very defensive just about all the way down to the white line. Sweeping to the outside goes Frattini, and it looks like they're going to stay side by side here, maybe through turn 2. No, Frattini just sneaks back, trying to over and under, couldn't quite get there, doesn't get a great exit. He goes defensive now as Devantier is going to look towards the outside at turn 3. Devantier not going to fall for that one though. He doesn't want to open up the door for Herman as the racing intensity absolutely picked up. And look at Devantier go. Oh, there's contact. That was left front to right rear between Devantier and Frattini, and Devantier now fallen back to Herman, and the race is for the lead between Frattini and Hendrickson right now, Alex. But it's looking like it might not happen as the only half a lap to go now.
Yeah, Hendrickson's got this one in the making, pending mistakes on his behalf, although he's yet to make one. Very strong performance from the Flying Dutchman in the blue and orange Team Torpedo livery. Will be Hendrickson, Frattini, Devantier put all the marbles on the table, came up a little short, and it's Hendrickson who takes it out and throws away the incident point to celebrate what was a very hard-fought victory. Randall beats out De Freyder. It is Gardner ahead of Swarovski. Chenoweth led that pack over the line to finish the race. Yannick Maral now comes across behind Dennis, leading Hideki Ogihara, the final driver out on track. Now, in fantastic intensity, just goes to show what sort of effort and skill is required to get things done around here. Let's go check out the race results for round 5 of season 33 of Sunday Night Lights on Top Split TV here at Oran Park. Jim Hendrickson from Go to Woe. Well, no, he started P2, didn't he? But once the unfortunate demise of Benny Simonson was apparent, he pretty much led the whole way then, with few, if any, exceptions for Team Torpedo taking out tonight's epic race. The strongest strength of field in history, won by Team Torpedo's Tim Hendrickson. Just behind him, Dario Frattini, who if I'd remembered to say, he was my money actually, of where I would have placed it, given what I've seen from him in the strategy stakes and the racecraft stakes this week. I thought if anyone after Simonson was gone was going to take it to Hendrickson, it would be Frattini. I was half right. He took it to him, but just couldn't quite get there, finishing in second. But I'm no doubt very happy with his performance. Sam Devantier, the Cowboy, he was certainly a leading contender here tonight. Put it all on the line and came up just that fraction short, but still finishing with a strong podium there to be the leading ANZ driver in third. Steph Herman showed great pace all week, and a strong performance in the big one sees him finish in fourth, just ahead of community rep for the Skip Barbers, Adam Miles, who's done a fantastic job to round out the top five. Dimitri Philippides was on the tail end of that front pack all night. It doesn't sound like much to be on the tail end, but be on the tail end of that pack is no mean feat. So congratulations, Dimitri, the international man of mystery for FPM Ovaltine, finishing in sixth. Jeff Randall on his return to SNL after eye surgery for Gone Skippin' Racing will no doubt have a little bit of a smile on his dial. Finished third in a strong race last night, seventh in the big one here tonight, the strongest race in history. Fantastic effort, and welcome back to Jeff. Arjun de Freda, similarly, welcome back to Skippy Racing. I'm hoping he's a name that we can see pop up from time to time, or at least a little bit more often. And once he gets his legs under him, he will be a force to reckon with, finishing in eighth here tonight. P9 tonight went to Respectful Hornets Inc. Neil Gardner, sure he aspired to a bit higher tonight, but a top 10 finish in the strongest race, not something to sneeze at. Just behind him with a similar finish is the head clown himself, Mr. Vasco Sorowski. Just behind him, the other ANZ driver in the field, Ryan Chenoweth for Goose Juice Racing, the Wildlife Warrior, finishing in the points in 11th. The final point scoring position going to Yamato-san, Takumi Yamato, for Team NRS in 12th. Jerne Breska, Central Eastern Europe, finishes in 13th, ahead of Dennis Johansson in the Dogomobile. The Great Dane finishing in 14th, ahead of Yannick Maral, who finished in 15th, just ahead of Hideki Ogihara, the Japanese driver, in 16th, ahead of our DNFs. Or, no, Benny Simonson was still running around there after blowing his engine for Apex Racing. He's down in 17th, ahead of Ant Jones, who pulled the pin after what looked to be a jump start there tonight, Corey. Look, it's hard for me to really explain the intensity. I tried to draw it out tonight. Hopefully we were somewhat successful, but the racing here's been amazing, and the guys out there tonight in the strongest race that's ever been held in the Skippy category didn't let us down, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. But I think another way of trying to explain it is that Mario Frattini was the 12th rated driver in this race, and he finished up there in P2. He gained a 100 I rating for his efforts here tonight, and it just goes to show every single one of these drivers in this race is a race winner any other day of the week. But come Sunday night, when we put this race on for everyone, it is an absolute crapshoot, and the numbers on the side of the car mean absolutely nothing, because the intensity of the racing and the skill of the drivers really come through in the racecraft and the way that they approach these races. And, as I said, any other day of the week, any of them and all of them can be a winner. But it takes something very special to win over here on a Sunday night.
Yeah, that's it, mate. And special it was tonight from those guys up front, in particular, of course, Tim Hendrickson taking out the big one. One of our drivers, top 5 drivers here tonight's come in to say g'day. Welcome to Mr. Adam Miles. Mate, she's an intense little run around this joint. You're up there at the front, no doubt itching to get right in amongst it. But how was the drive out there tonight?
Hi, Alex. Yeah, it's an amazing race where I can finish 5th and actually gain some I rating, so I can't be too disappointed with that. It is just we all know there's only one place to pass, and when you're sitting in 5th, I was just going backwards on the straights. I had no damage, but the draft from 5th just meant I had no reasonable opportunity to do anything against Steph. I think I'm lacking probably 2/10 here this week, so that didn't help. I was never right up his gearbox coming out the last corner, but boy, I mean, I was hoping for some freebies, but full credit to the field. There was only one, and that wasn't even an accident so much as just Benny downshifting a little bit too eagerly. So, yeah, happy with it. I mean, sweaty race, but great to see people turning out.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, you're right. Hunting for an error this week has not been as fruitful as previous visits here. The quality up front and the standard has been outstanding, and it was reflected again in the racing here tonight. Barely a 0x, a little wobble here and there. The opportunity is very hard to come by, and I think it just reflects the standard. Both of the strongest race in history, correct me if I'm wrong there, but also the calibre and the quality of the folks out there.
Yeah, it was unfortunately just the second highest ever.
I've been pumping it up all night. Sorry, go on.
That's all right. The first race of last season was a 69.20 at Sebring, so it might have been second week, but yeah, pretty damn close. Had more drivers in this one, so we can let it off. But yeah, qualifying was super important here, and I just didn't have it. And I think Benny and Tim, they just, and I mean, to be honest, and Sam and Dario, I mean, there's Steph as well. They were just all mega quick in qualifying. I just couldn't keep up. And when you're sitting in sixth, I was thinking, right, just don't go backwards. So it's an interesting track. I mean, it's a shame it doesn't exist in real life anymore, because I think that it's a skippy track if there is one. So could just do with a slightly longer straight, I think.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I should have remembered. I think I was in that Sebring race too. So,
nice.
Yeah, anyway, I didn't go as well as I might have, but, you know, what can you do, mate? It's nearly 7K soft. You can't do too much. Can't expect too much. But anyway, yeah, but still, certainly our highest strength of field here on a Sunday night, second highest ever, and the quality out there showed it. But congratulations, mate. Top 5 at a track you didn't feel too strong at, and gaining I rating your P5, as you say. That's a pretty rare event. So all in all, not a bad night out. Anyone you'd like to say good day to or thank before we let you go?
Just yourselves as always. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Alex, and just the whole field for turning out. I think there's a 7K soft coming. I can feel it. Maybe not next week at Manicourt, but it's gonna be there. Maybe not this season, but next season perhaps.
Yeah, if we keep building like this, mate, maybe one day we might even have a hatful of them. So who knows? Bigger and better things ahead of us. Well, thank you again, sir, for all the work you do for the community. Even the jibes over the size of the splits, but it's all good. All right, mate. Look forward to talking to you again soon, eh?
See you next week. Bye-bye.
There you go, Corey. Missed out on miles, does wonderful things, gets us all organised and into things, and also does a bit of driving. Pretty handy behind the wheel as well.
Oh, absolutely, Alex, and I think it's confirmed. We heard it here first. The only way we're going to get the highest off error is if Alex races. But Adam, incredible driver. He does a lot for the community in the background when it comes to organising the track votes and getting everything implemented, making sure these cars are as best as they can be for the community to go out and enjoy them. And, we're ever so thankful that he comes here and races with us as well. And, his results definitely show, he's a 9.1K. He gained 1 I rating here tonight. So, he's happy with that. And, I just wish he was able to maybe just sneak that 1 extra spot on Steph. But a very difficult race. And as he said, the draft from 5th, as good as it is, it just won't help you to make any overtakes around here.
No, that's it, mate. That deep in the draft train, she's going to be difficult unless you do something special. And unfortunately not able to do so tonight. Now, let's get a couple of our podium getters. We'll start with race winner. I was going to say the strongest race in history, but it wasn't. I've said it a lot tonight and I was wrong. But, mate,
oh dear,
strongest SNL race. You finished on top, mate. I imagine there was a bit of pressure here, there and everywhere, but hopefully a fun run.
That was, it's great fun. I mean, as probably everyone knows, I fucking love. Oh, I bloody love this track. It's one of my favorites. It's one of those tracks I absolutely don't mind hot lapping. So when I get a good proper race, it's the fun of hot lapping and the fun of racing combined. It's just a man hoot. It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I said at the start, this is one of your stronger tracks, and it showed there tonight. Just pipped by the finest of margins for pole, but all the pressure, and then brought out a mistake from the man, Mr. Benny Simonson. Went on. Got chased down a little bit with draft there, but then held off against some pretty strong attacks and to come away with a win, mate.
Yeah, I was just chatting with Adam and Dario in the green room. It's probably the slowest Oran Park race I've done all week, but that's just because when you got the threat of proper pressure behind you, the race turns from a hot lap fest into a very strategic. How am I going to manage the gaps I've got to make sure that the people I'm racing are more busy with each other than they are with me? And that kind of resulted in Dario and Sam going side by side after attacking me, to give myself a bit of room to have a bit of a chill 3/4 of a lap until the next attack.
Yeah,
that sort of stuff really keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, different kind of racecraft at a place like this where you've got to use attack and defence as a weapon just to get a mental break if you can get one, because you still got to drive the track quickly, right? So
it's a part of it.
yeah, that's it. Well, congratulations, mate. Nice to see you back in the winner's circle with a very strong performance at a good track for yourself. Yeah, well done, mate. Congratulations leading the way out there tonight and taking a strong victory. Anyone you'd like to say good day to or give a shout out to before we let you go?
I'd like to thank the Team Torpedo engineer that sabotaged Anthony Johnson's clutch.
He jump-started, didn't he? And what was the clutch problem, was it?
Started the dummy. No, it wasn't a clutch. Well, might have been a clutch problem, but I think he might have released the clutch early.
Yeah, unfortunate. Hey, mate, it happens to the best of them at places like this where the pressure's on. So anyway, mate, congratulations. Well done, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you, lads. See you later.
There you go, Corey. Nothing like the love that's shared between teammates, particularly when one of them has a moment like that.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And what a great character Tim is. I reckon if Simonson didn't get the Egg and Bakey award there, then it would have been a very, very interesting race at the front between himself and Hendrickson. Both of them absolutely on point. And that one small mistake, it ruined Benny's entire race, just like one small mistake at the very start ruined Anthony's entire race as well. And, it's just those one little mistakes can be the difference between coming home with a win and coming home at the very back of the pack. So Tim Hendrickson didn't put a foot wrong this entire race. And it came and showed with the way that he took home the win tonight.
Yeah, you are right there, mate. It's the little things that matter at a place like this. The one little errors that otherwise won't trip you up will cost you a lot here. And the moves are so hard to pull off. Anyway, it is what it is. So let's grab second place getter here tonight, Mr. Frattini. I had my quiet. What I saw you move forward, mate, those couple of positions and get there. My quiet money was on you, maybe to be the one to put pressure on Hendrickson. It turned out to be the case. Just didn't quite come off for you tonight, mate.
Hello, everyone. Firstly, to begin with, my quali was a little bit disappointing. The last couple of tenths in both laps could have been able to start towards the front, but it played out fine, especially with Benny blowing up his engine, because I was P4 then. It's really hard to make moves on P4. Being P3 really changed everything. My problem really all week's been the last corner. I can't get it just right, especially if I'm following someone, so I couldn't really get enough of a run on Tim to actually be threatening around the outside. Just really trying not to open the door too much while trying to make an attempt, but meant I couldn't fully commit. I'm super happy with P2. I gained a 100 rating from this race, if you can believe it.
Yeah, unbelievable. Back over 6K, mate.
Yeah, I was already over 6K, thank you.
Oh, hang on. Oh, I beg your pardon,
yeah.
I'm reading the before number, not the after. It's like a bad Weight Watchers ad. Anyway, so, yeah, look, strong drive, mate. Similar to the one you put on last night against similar talent. I'm not putting myself in that bucket because I was just a passenger, really, but... hopefully, I was, mate. Didn't do a thing all night. But the thing is, it is fairly representative of the racing here, and it's good when you can walk away after not even winning the race with a big smile on your dial, eh?
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, can I just say that I'm so happy you guys are back. We're really missing you sorely, and the way this has helped the Skippy, as you said, we had a very good showing last night as well, and like it was just a random time, and you were there, and it was fantastic to race you again. But like all the talents back. It's so nice to see, and I would say it's all thanks to you, really. So. Big thanks.
Oh, mate, I do appreciate it. I think Christmas and the holidays might have helped as well. But you're right, some of the big names coming back. I just see Arjun de Freitas in chat, and of course he was out there on track. We haven't seen him in a few years, and I know that if
I haven't seen him in about 14 years.
Yeah, well, that's it.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and I know if he sticks out and gets his legs underneath him, he'll be a force to reckon with here. I think the caliber of the folks is at least equivalent of what it was before, and the quality up front. I mean, there wasn't a lot of bumping and grinding out there tonight, and it's been pretty equivalent like that with the quality up front all week, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, honestly, I can't wait to watch this back. It was super exciting from my point of view, but can't wait to see what happened in the rest of the field. Like it's just so exciting, to be honest. It's great. I can't wait to do more of these.
Yeah, perfect, mate. We can't wait to see you out there and see some more of the action going on. So congratulations again, mate. Strong performance.
Yeah, thank
P2, 100 I rating, 6100. He's creeping back up. Well done, mate. Anyone else you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
All my chat to be supportive, or I mean, quote unquote supportive during the race. Again, I mean, I've said it already, but you guys for being back. Corey, just say something. Say hi. Hi, Corey.
Hi, how's it going? Why aren't you running an Ovaltine paint scheme, Dario?
Oh, because I've lost it. I reset Windows and it's not there anymore, and it wasn't public on Trading Paint, so I don't have it anymore.
Oh no!
Gonna have to do something about that.
Yeah.
I realized like an hour before the race. Oh shit! But what am I gonna do now? Well, maybe for the next race.
Yeah.
But no, thank you very much for. What was that? Sorry.
So we'll apologise for that swear as well.
Sure.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, mate.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for the broadcast. Can't wait to be back next week.
No worries. Thanks, Dario. I look forward to talking to you then, mate. Great run tonight, and see you soon.
Yep. Bye-bye.
There you go, Corey. Dario Fattini, one of the good ones. Putting on a strong performance tonight. They're really impressed with his racecraft tonight and throughout the week, and I think his result reflected that.
Oh, absolutely, Alex, and you can tell he's having a good time when he's sitting here laughing and telling jokes while he's in the middle of getting interviewed. But it's great to have Dario back and performing so well. And he was right up there. He was battling with Sam the entirety of the race, and he just waited for those small moments where he could initiate the attack. As you said, his racecraft has greatly improved as of late, and he waits for his moments and he picks them really perfectly. And Sam did get him back, but he got Sam back, and he made a real race out of this when there was probably not much on offer as far as overtaking maneuvers to get completed.
Yeah, that's it, mate. You got to take the chances when they're there, and that's something he did well tonight. So congratulations to Dario. All right, that might just about do us tonight. Fantastic racing throughout. Congratulations again to our winner, Mr. Hendrickson, and to our podium of Frattini and Devanture as well, and to all the drivers who showed up tonight for certainly our strongest race and the second strongest in history, and the quality really shone through. All right, Corey, do you want to tell the folks at home what we got coming up this week?
So it's actually going to be a pretty quiet couple of weeks for me here. There's no real life racing going on for a couple of weeks. So the 2nd of February, I'll be back to live stream some outlaw karts from Pinjar Park, which should be very exciting. I might even get a commentating role there as well. And apart from that, it's back here with you again next week as we take on Mangi Cause.
Perfect. All right, maybe we can get a race here next week on Sunday at Magny Cause. It's not the most popular track running around, but I think we can hopefully make something of it. All right, folks, make sure you go check out the Discord community where we keep up to date with all things M&L and SNL, importantly. The results and what have you get posted there. The race replays are there, but also, of course, on the Top Split YouTube channel. where you can find all the seasons, all 33 of them, and growing, as well as some other content there about Skippy Racing typically there on the Top Split YouTube. Otherwise, you'll find us here on our Twitch channel next Sunday night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Corey and I'll be bringing you all the live action for the next round and the next instalment of the greatest Skippy Racing in town. The place to be on a Sunday night here on Top Split TV. But for now, folks, thank you everyone for joining us both on track and off. Your support, your likes and your thumbs up and subs and all that sort of stuff. It really is appreciated and really does help us get the good word out there. So please go do all those kind of things. But until next time, and on behalf of the Chaotic One, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar, and I will say ciao for